Test, test, test. Test. Testing. Hello? Test, test, test. Hello? Is it working? Yes or no? Test, 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 test. Test. Testing. No. Nothing. Hello? Yo. Hello. Test, test, test. Hello. I just come to the street. Testing. You still need me to talk? What? Test, test, test. Do we should keep going? Test, 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 test. This is the color one. Do you want me to go talking to the other one? Test, 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 test.
There's no mic on the...
TOP10 TV. My name is Mike Nikers, and I am coincided by the lovely Sammy Sozio. Sammy, how are we feeling today?
I am very excited. I'm really excited to watch some lacrosse today. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah, and today we'll be bringing you NCAA Division III women's lacrosse between your Oswego State Lakers and the SUNY Polytech Wildcats. It's a mild 43 degrees here at Laker Turf Stadium, Sammy, as we await the first draw of the afternoon. And some rain has just started to come in, a slight drizzle, so not too much, but definitely could affect this game.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm always big on rain games. It makes them more slidey, makes people more, not violent, but makes people, get some spark going, you know? Makes it almost faster.
Yes, Sammy, absolutely. And you look at these two teams, and they have never faced off against each other in season play. Maybe a couple of exhibition games in the preseason they've played each other, but in an actual game in a regular season or postseason, they have never faced off against each other.
Absolutely. It's the first time for both these teams. I'm excited to watch them to see how they learn from each other, and hopefully you can see more of them playing.
And Sammy, these two teams with a bit of different starts this season. For the Lakers, a 3-2 record so far this season, and for SUNY Poly, they are 1-3 with their one win coming 15-1 against Hilbert College. So a very dominant win to kick off their season. But other than that, it's not been a very good season for them.
Absolutely. I mean, it comes down to roster. I mean, these girls there's 15 players on the field, and if a girl gets hurt, then there's really not a next person up. It's really just like, you gotta play who you can play when you can play them. It's kind of it's a little sad, but it's good to get a fire started under these ladies.
Well, the Lakers will be in white today, with the Wildcats wearing the blue uniforms as we are underway with the first draw of the game, taken away by the Lakers. As that's Sophie Russian with the ball, brings it into the touch zone here, swings it back, and the Lakers are going to settle things in quickly here as they swing it over to the left side for Noelle Smith. Smith swings it down low. Madison Davis cutting across X, not there for her. Lakers still with the ball, up to the right side. Bring that one up top.
The thing I like about the Lakers is they can pass the ball. It's not just one player scoring, you know. They pass the ball around. It's a very deep team.
Yeah, as you say that, Sammy, a shot from Cassidy Croce and a goal. Cassidy Croce with a goal here early in this game, just 34 seconds in, and the Lakers take a quick 1-0 lead. And what a good mix of ball movement there, Sammy.
Absolutely. I mean, if you saw that, they were keeping it they had momentum the entire time. They weren't keeping the ball too long. No one was playing hero ball. It was very passing. They were passing the ball around, making sure everyone got the touch, seeing who the best player to score would be, and obviously it was her.
Yeah, and that's really been a common theme for the Lakers so far this season, spreading the love, getting lots of different players involved, really getting everyone a chance to get shots on net, score some goals, play defense as well. So they've done a great job with that, as here comes this second draw, as it's Alexis Hill for the Lakers lining up.
Absolutely. I mean, the rain's coming down harder now, but as you can see, Lakers have a great great start to this game so far. Two face-offs. They've gotten the ball. Going to keep passing the ball. They keep passing it around a bit.
Yeah, Sammy, Russian came away with the face-off this time, as it looks like maybe we've got a little sleet coming down here. Doesn't look exactly like rain. We see some white pellets piling, but here's a shot and a goal for the Lakers. This time it's going to be Noelle Smith. The pass from Madison Davis at X makes it 2-0. And Sammy, if this is any sort of indication of how this afternoon's going to go, we're going to be in for a pretty quick afternoon as that clock starts running once there's a 10-goal lead.
Absolutely. I mean, I would like to see the Wildcats maybe get a spark on defense, maybe get some offense going, just score some points to keep within 10 points. But if they're going to play like this or start off slow like this, I'm not sure if that's what we're really going to end up seeing.
Yeah, and of course, Sammy, we haven't yet seen that Wildcats offense unable to win a draw here. Of course, there's only been 2, but a chance here for them just a minute into this first quarter to come away with one.
Absolutely. I suspect it's going to get a little bit more physical as the game goes on. These girls are going to start playing a little bit more. We get to see some more offense.
Yeah, and a foul on the Lakers will give this ball to the Wildcats, as they're going to get their first offensive possession here. They'll touch in nice and early, swing it across over to Rashashi.
I'm excited to see the Lakers defense as well. It's been pretty solid the last couple games. So
just dominant. They've done a great job tightening down, not letting defenses find cutters in the middle. as the Wildcats are up on the right side. Now this one goes to Rashashi again, who loses it for a second, picks it back up, dodges, and Russian takes this one away and goes to the other end with it. Russian using her speed to her advantage, coming up the middle, Kroos on her right. A chance for a 4-on-2 opportunity here. One defender trailing. Russian decides to take it herself, shoots into the top corner and scores. Sophie Russian unassisted, top left corner where Mama hides the cookies. 3-0 Oswego.
That was a great play. Honestly, from start to finish, she scooped up the loose ball, went from the other side, one side of the field to the other, and scored a goal. Honestly, that was great play. Unfortunately, Wildcats defense has to get something going here. Otherwise, you're right, Mike. Clock will be running next couple minutes. It looks like.
Yeah, and you look at these two teams, and you saw Sophie Russian just unbattled on the way to the goal. No one stepped to her. No one tried to slow her down. Russian with a free lane straight to the goal, and you're always going to take that as an offensive-minded player.
Absolutely. I mean, you'd be stupid not to. But Wildcats really have to get something. I mean, really got to get something going here. They've scored 3 points in the last 2 minutes. That's not really a great look, but I don't doubt that they can maybe score a couple points and get back in this game.
And Russian with it again. Seems she's been the point man here today so far. Swings it over to Kroos, and the Lakers are going to settle this one in just a little bit. Send it down to X. Again, Madison Davis cutting across the crease, but nothing there open for it. Being defended very well by Caitlin Elliott. As the Lakers will swing this one over to Russian once again. Russian back up top to Green. Green across to Kroos, down to Smith. Smith sends it behind the net. Dodging there was Mackenzie Wynn, but nothing, so she sends that one back up top. Lakers lose it as that's Aubriana Green on the ball. Picks it right back up, cuts down the middle, a bounce shot, right past the stick of Jaden Brown. And the Lakers up 4-0 in under 3 minutes here, Sammy. Just a dominant start to this game for Oswego State.
I mean, absolutely. You want to kill their momentum early, I guess, is the one way to do it. Scoring 4 points before 5 minutes have even happened. This is really a dominant performance is the right word for it. As they score more and more points, the Wildcats get more and more demoralized. They need a spark, but they only have a sub, it looks like. So I'm not sure they're going to get that spark.
Yeah, and for SUNY Poly, a very small roster. As you mentioned earlier, only 15 players listed on this roster compared to Oswego's 27. So certainly coming in here already at a deficit, and to let up these 4 goals this early cannot feel good. And I'm sure it's going to be a long climb back uphill if they want to get themselves back into this game.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll never count out the girls, but 4-0 deficit within 5 minutes is kind of a big mountain to climb for any team. So
Lakers are going to win this face. Take it up the right side as that's Alexis Hill on this one. Alexis Hill, the Lakers' top goal scorer on the season so far. 16 goals, 2 assists. And Sammy, in her first game of the season against Utica, she scored 8 goals. Just a dominant season for her so far as the Lakers swing this one back to Davis. Davis holds it behind X. Looks all the way up top to Russian. Russian over to the left side. Finds Kroos up top. Down low to Smith. Smith looking to dodge. Unable to get there. Finds Wynn behind the goal. Cutters all across the net here. Wynn holds onto it. Finds Kroos in the middle. A shot and another goal for Cassidy Kroos. Her second of the day makes it 5-0 Oswego. Just 3 minutes and 8 seconds
Top left
into
of
this
that goal
first
is
quarter.
Dangerous. They go right over the goalie's head, right into the net. She might want to fix that before, figure out what she can do to stop that, because that's like the money shot right there. That's where three of them have come from.
And Sammy, I want to talk a little bit about SUNY Poly's goalie, Jaden Brown. She's had a pretty good season here so far to start off. A .442 save percentage, a bit below what you'd like to see. But when comparing it to Oswego's goaltender, Alana Yakovisi, she's only got .319. So Brown, overall save percentage-wise, has done a lot better than Yakovisi. With that said, she's also faced almost twice as many shots. 50 saves compared to Yakovisi's 22. So this defense really isn't doing her any favors, whereas that Lakers defense has done a great job protecting their goal.
Absolutely. I mean, the defenders for Wildcats, problem with Brown is she is 4'11". She's not even 5 foot. So that's kind of short for a goalie. That's kind of hard for her to get her stick up there and quick enough. The defenders need to give her more time to be able to, block those shots. I do agree they've had a lot of shots on goal, and that could be why maybe she's had more stat padding a bit.
But there's that first save of the day for Brown. Right in front of her face is Madison Davis, and she says no thank you. And now the Wildcats with a chance to clear, coming up the right side, triple teamed, but that'll be a foul for an illegal check. So Wildcats will take this one again deep in their own zone and look to get it up the field. Still deep in their own zone, looking to find something going. Go up the sideline, intercepted there by Sadie Zemanek. Zemanek takes it up the left side, loses it for a second, picks it right back up, and the Lakers are going to slow this one down again. Smith cutting down the left side, carrying all the way around to the behind the goal at X. Smith goes up top to Win. Win over to Rushin. Lakers swing it all the way to Kroos. Kroos down low.
The Wildcats are playing a lot of zone defense, and I think that might be a reason why the Lakers are able to get into the goal a lot.
And another save there from Jaden Brown, but not Mackenzie Wynn. My apologies. Lakers are going to get another goal there. As this time it's going to be Madison Davis on the rebound. Makes it 5-0 in 4.5 minutes here. Just looks like a complete collapse for this SUNY Poly defense, and for Oswego, just this dominance that we've kind of seen in games where they sort of outrank or outmatch their opponents.
Absolutely. I mean, SUNY Oswego looks like the big sister right here, just absolutely dominating Polytech. Again, it comes down to players are playing hurt. There's 15 girls on Polytech's team. I mean, you can't really sacrifice anybody, as secondary. I mean, there's one person sitting on the sideline.
Absolutely, Sammy. I mean, you take fatigue into account. You take tiredness into account. Things like that are going to play into this game a lot more for SUNY Poly than they ever would for Oswego, as you see that full bench of teammates up on their feet celebrating every time they score, every time they get a turnover, things like that. And SUNY Poly just doesn't have that. Their program isn't built to that capacity as of right now. And, of course, in the long run, they look to get to that level, get to that capacity, but currently they're just not there.
They're playing away, which is always really hard, again, especially against the Oswego. Oswego is a great school. A lot of people normally are here to celebrate, so that can be a little bit more demeaning too.
Yeah, and Alexis Hill intercepts that one off of the Wildcats, swings it all the way up top to Kroos. Kroos unable to get it, and a chance now for Poly to take this one the other way, as that's Alyssa Hawkins with the ground ball. Hawkins double teamed here. Lakers intercept it once again. Cassidy Kroos takes it up the right side, finds Alexis Hill. Hill coming down the right side, sends it down to Davis. Davis drops the ball, and that one's going to roll out. So a bit of a mistake here from the Lakers. Maybe blame the rain for this one, but really just not a mistake that you should be making at this level. An easy pass that's just not caught.
Absolutely. I mean, drop pass. People drop pass at all levels, but especially now, it's not really a great time to do it. Especially when Wildcats are backed into a corner right now. I wouldn't want to be making mistakes like that.
Yeah, and Rasashi battling there to get it up the field. Gets it up to Hawkins. Hawkins unable to control the ball at first, but she scoops up the ground ball, drops it again down here in the corner. And the Lakers just battling. Catherine Nash takes that one back for Oswego and is going to carry up the right side. Send it up the sideline to Win, and Win with lots of open space to work with here as she checks this one into the box.
I would start playing players back. I mean, if the Lakers are always getting turnovers like this, I would, you can't really, again, there aren't enough girls to be doing what you probably should be doing. But you got to start playing more defensively, especially when they scored 6 goals in the first quarter.
And the Lakers still with this ball. So that's a new face. Ashley Casserly out on the field now for Oswego as they'll swing this one around. Goes over to Hill. Hill back to Smith. Smith over to Win behind the goal. Win up top to Casserly. Casserly probably looking to score here. Hasn't had one yet this season. But they'll bring this one over to Geddes. Down low, a cutter across the middle, a shot, and that one's way wide, but the Lakers have the backup as that's Mackenzie Wynn behind the goal, doing exactly what she is there to do, back up those shots and make sure the Lakers hold on to possession.
100%.
And another goal there for Oswego. It's Alexis Hill, the Lakers' top goal scorer, makes it 7-0, just 7 minutes into the game. So that's 1 goal per minute so far for the Oswego State Lakers. I have a feeling they're not going to get to 60 here, Sammy.
I'm inclined to agree with you. Again, Alexis Hill is the playmaker on this team. Someone you definitely do not want to, make sure they have the ball. It really is. She is the playmaker for the Lakers. Again, it is a deep team, so maybe not the playmaker, but she has the most shots on goal. She's the most experienced, being a senior.
Yeah, Sammy, and SUNY Poly is finally going to take that first timeout, try and settle down over on the sideline, see what they can figure out. But while we're in this timeout, I think it's really important we talk a little bit more about Madison Davis. I mean, just a dominant start to the season. You look at her goal tally, you might think, oh, that's all right. That's not the best thing on this team, but that's pretty good. But when you take a look at her assist tally, 15 assists on the season, she's playing at the X, and she's playing that role phenomenally for the Lakers.
She's a great role player. I mean, this is a person you want to be on your team. She doesn't care about scoring goals. She cares about winning games. You know, she's not a ball hog. She passes it around, and again, that is exactly what you want, especially at a position like the X, where she plays at the X. If I was a goalie, I'd be scared because she can also score points too. It's not just like she just passes the ball around. All these girls are playmakers.
We've seen it a couple times today already where she cuts from X and actually gets a couple shots off, cuts across the middle, drags defenders with her. But she also just does a great job passing the ball around, finding the open pass, and getting her teammates in position to score goals. So just phenomenal all around. A really good team player and really important to this Oswego team with 22 points on the season through just 5 games.
100%. I put her as the spark on offense because if the team is down, she'll be able to get this team started again. Maybe pass it to Alexis Hill, or to maybe score some points.
And both teams taking the field once again. For the Lakers, they're in their white uniforms today, like I said earlier, and of course the Wildcats in their blue and gold. Very good-looking uniforms. I will say that. I love the color scheme. I love the way they look, but not going to win you a lacrosse game here today. So they are down 7-0 with 8:14 left in the first quarter as we take another draw. It'll be Alexis Hill for the Lakers and Madden LaFleur for the Wildcats.
Looks like the sun's coming out. Maybe that's a good sign for the Wildcats.
And this has been a very strange weather day, Sammy. We saw some rain early this morning around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Sun came out from 12 until about 3:30. We thought we were going to have a nice warm, sunny game, and then starts raining about the second the first draw happens. Lakers with another draw win here as they will swing this one around. Probably start to slow things down and work on possession a little bit more here as they're already ahead 7-0 just a few minutes into this game.
I think that they're going to get to the running clock and maybe just start running down time. Polytech right now doesn't seem like to know what they're doing. They need something. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe an offensive goal. Just a face-off win would be nice. Yeah, a draw win and offensive possession I think would be huge for this Wildcats team, whether that be for scoring a goal or just some momentum building. Getting a little bit of confidence going into an offensive possession I think could be huge for them, and that's how they're going to get themselves back into this game, if anything. But the Lakers now on the left side, down to Smith in the back corner, finds it across the middle of Lacrosse. Lacrosse unable to get a shot, but behind X and up top, Lakers with a chance here, but the pass is dropped there by Ashley Casserly, and it's going to go the other way after an illegal check is called on the Oswego State Lakers. That was Alexis Hill committing the foul. And the Wildcats trying to clear this, but Cassidy Croce intercepts it. And just the Lakers on the ride as well have been so dominant, not letting the Wildcats breathe, not allowing them to get the ball out of their own defensive zone. And it's made it almost impossible for the Wildcats to do anything 100%, here. 100%. You can't score points on your own side of the field, They've been great at intercepting. The Wildcats have been making some poor passes, and Lakers have definitely been capitalizing on that.
And Lakers over to the right side. Geddes unable to control it, but picks up the ground ball after the fact. Defended closely here is Bianca Ricciuto on her. They get it down low. So that's Mackenzie Wynn with the ball up top to Hill. Hill dodges to her right side. Of course, a lefty. Looks for the pass across the middle. Not there, so she's going to go back to her left hand. Unable to find anything, but here's a cutter, a shot. Saved there by Jaden Brown. And Wildcats will try to take this one the other way. But the Lakers just faster and stronger, but a foul there, a tripping call. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a card here, as that's an injury on the field, Sammy. Not something you like to see, but while we're waiting for the game to start back up, let's talk a little about this coaching battle for the Oswego State Lakers. We've got Britt Howard, hired in 2016.
Yeah.
She's been here. This is going to be her 9th year as an Oswego State Lakers head coach. She's 64-49 all time for the Lakers, 37-22 in the SUNY and 3-6 in the postseason. So she's seen a lot of success in her time here.
100%. And believe it or not, she comes from a long line of coaches here. Her father has been the wrestling coach since 1990. So she definitely knows what she's doing. Comes from that family and stuff like that. It's been great.
And if we look over at the SUNY Poly coaching staff, their head coach is Charles Rasacci. Of course, We got the last name Versace on the roster as well, Abigail Versace. There's got to be some sort of relation there, probably Coach Versace's daughter. It is only his second season as the SUNY Poly head coach, so a very short career here so far. Last season, they had a pretty decent season, finished 6-9 all time. He is 7-12 on the year, and this season they are off to a rough start, 4-3 in conference last season as well, but only 1-3 here on the season so far. So certainly a rough start to the season, but still a lot of games left to play. And in that Empire 8 conference, it's so competitive. There's so many strong teams in there.
There's so many amazing teams in that conference, and like it is crazy. I actually thought they were in the SUNYAC until a little bit ago. But honestly, that is a crazy conference to be in. Everyone is a powerhouse in that division.
Yeah, teams like St. John Fisher and Nazareth, those teams out in Rochester are dominant. I mean, we saw Nazareth come in here and beat the Lakers by 1 goal a couple weeks back. I was on the call with Rock and Rob Finger. A great game out here, but just a dominant conference, and I don't blame you for thinking they were in the SUNYAC. I mean, they've got SUNY right in the name, but of course, teams leaving and joining as they please nowadays. Geneseo and Brockport both left last year. Poly's been out for a few years. We've got teams joining as well. I know Morrisville's coming in for the hockey scene next year, so it's going to be a little bit interesting to see how things play out for next year in all of these SUNYAC sports, these conference games and matchups. But the Wildcats here trying to clear, unable to, and a chance 1-on-none for the Lakers. Here comes Gabriella Geddes. A shot, left-handed goal for Geddes. That makes it 8-0 Oswego State with over 5 minutes left here in the first quarter.
100%. I mean, when it's 1-0 and the goalie is just in the goal, it is so hard, especially being 4'11". It is so hard trying to figure out where they're going to go. I mean, we both played lacrosse. You played soccer, so I'm sure you understand it more than I do. But being in the big goal like that, having to defend everything is not amazing. It's not fun.
Yeah, Sammy, and now with 5:49 left here on the clock, the Lakers lead 8-0, so really not too close of a game here in this first quarter, but of course, plenty of game left to be played as Alexis Hill lines up against Madden LaFleur for this draw. Referee placing the ball tightly between their sticks as we await the draw. Up it goes, and the Lakers try to get this one, but it looks like the Wildcats are finally going to come away with one for the time being. An illegal check again called on Alexis Hill, and there's Abigail Versace carrying this one up the left side.
This could be the spark they need. If they can score a point here, maybe they can get some momentum going and see if they can start climbing this hill.
Yeah, and a big hit there by Catherine Nash. Just a little too physical for the referee's liking. So the Wildcats are going to retain possession here and again try and develop something. But Oswego being extremely physical on this first real defensive possession we've seen.
100%. It's good seeing Oswego being physical, but unfortunately, if more Polytech girls get hurt, this game might be over more than or quicker than we expected.
Yeah, and just a wayward pass there from Polytech. Not what you want to see if you're the Polytech fans, coaches, or players. They've really got to settle down, settle into this game. I know it's wet out, I know it's slippery, but it's just a game of lacrosse. You got to settle in. You've been playing lacrosse for probably a decent amount of your lives if you're playing at this level. As the Lakers come up the middle, a shooting space call and a chance now for Oswego to make it 9. As with the ball is Ashley Casserly looking to net her first goal of the season.
All right,
Casserly awaiting the whistle now. Defenders on either side as that's Paige Renwick on her right and Maya Massaro on her left. Whistle goes. She goes at the net. A chance, a shot, and a goal for Ashley Casserly makes it 9-0. Her first goal as an Oswego State Laker this season, and just a dominant start to the season.
That's got to feel great. I mean, first goal is always a great one, and coming in what looks to be a blowout victory is going to be awesome.
Absolutely, Sammy. As Welcome to the Jungle starts playing behind us here at the Laker Turf Stadium, the Lakers now lead 9-0, and for SUNY Poly, they have a long uphill battle ahead of them here if they want to get themselves back into this game. And the Lakers waiting at midfield as Poly makes their way back. Of course, taking their time. They only have now 14 players, of course, pending the return of an injured player. So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But just 14 players, no substitutes, it looks like, on that bench as of right now.
Not a single one. And unfortunately, it looks, again, if one more girl gets hurt, they're not going to have enough players to play unless you can come back. So hopefully Oswego will stop being a little less physical so we can have more of a game to call or watch.
Here's Noelle Smith down to the backside, up to win. Lakers take this one up the left side and find Green. Green across the middle and over to Russian. Russian down low. Finds Smith. Across the middle, the Hill. Hill, a shot and a goal, makes it 10. And folks, we now have running clock here at Laker Turf Stadium as the Lakers take a 10-0 lead with 3:53 left in the first quarter. Not something I thought I'd be saying here today, Sammy. Just a dominant start to this game for Oswego State. And it really just seems like SUNY Poly can't stick with the Lakers right now.
It does seem like that. They can't keep up with the offense or the defense for that matter. I mean, their defense, again, you're talking about being physical. Lakers are physical. They're a very physical team. They always have been. But 10-0 in the first quarter is, again, not something I thought we'd be saying in this moment.
Yes, I mean, one thing I will say about the Lakers scoring so many goals is that it will give them a chance to get everyone into this game today. If they have a big lead like this, they've got a lot of cushion to work with. They're able to work in some players who maybe don't see the field as often. So for all you folks at home tuning into WTOP 10, we've got a treat for you today. Looks like everyone might be able to get into this game for Oswego State.
It's always a great thing. Everyone gets to play a little bit.
And the Lakers win the draw yet again. Here's Noel Smith on the right side, carrying it all the way down to X, sends it across to Wynn. Wynn all the way up top, finds Green. Green over to Kroos. Kroos swings it to Russian. And the Lakers moving this ball around in a circle with ease. No defensive pressure here really from the Wildcats. And of course, that comes down to fatigue and not being able to bring in any substitutes. You got to conserve your energy for when you really are going to need it on those offensive possessions when you need to be moving fast. But the Lakers are going to keep swinging this ball around, run some clock out, and eventually take a shot. They've still got 45 seconds here on the shot clock, 2:15 left in the quarter.
I think we are going to see a lot more passing, a lot more running the clock down, making sure their players aren't too tired, or Lakers players aren't too tired, and no one gets hurt.
And here's some cutters coming across the middle as that shot clock gets down to 30 seconds. Here's a chance, a shot, and a goal for the Lakers. Makes it 11-0 as that's Aubriana Green, the freshman defenseman, with the goal, her first of the day, and a great goal there. Just a cut, uncovered, finds her way in front of the net, and puts it right in the back of the net, past the stick of Jaden Brown. And just what a performance from the Lakers here in this first.
Absolutely. Everyone's getting fed today, which is always, it's always great to watch. I think we will be seeing some of those secondary and third players, or some bench players soon.
Yeah, and it looks like a couple are already starting to come in here as the Lakers will look to get some more names on the score sheet today. We see Addison Costello joining the attack, as well as Mackenzie Wynn taking a draw here. We've seen Alexis Hill take most of them so far this afternoon, but Wynn trying her luck on this one. Wynn lining up here against Madden LaFleur as the referee places the ball, and we await the draw.
Polytech really has a Mount Vesuvius to climb here. Really is, I don't know if it's, I don't want to call the game yet, but 11-0 in the first quarter is not a great sign for what's to come.
And the Lakers still with this ball. Send it up to Kroos. Kroos swings it over to Geddes. Lakers send it down to the corner to Smith. And if the Lakers hold possession through the end of the quarter, they will go into the second with possession of the ball. So we'll see how that plays out. Lakers still with it on the right side. Swing it across the middle to Kroos. Kroos over to Casserly. Back to Casserly once again. Casserly finds Kroos. And the Lakers look like they might just try to run this out. Of course, 10 seconds left. Might try and get a shot off here. We'll have to wait and see. Here's Casserly. Casserly on the left side. Swings it down low to Wynn. Wynn across the middle. A chance for a shot. Dropped in front of net. As that's Aubriana Green unable to hold possession of the ball, and the Lakers are going to lose that one, and we're going to have a draw here to start out the second quarter, Sammy.
I don't want to call it right now, but if Oswego can keep getting draws like they have been, it might be Oswego's ball again, which would be good.
And Sammy, it looks like before the buzzer we had a shooting space call.
Oh wow!
So here it's going to be Aubriana Green with a chance to make it 12 with 1 second left on the clock. Shooting space, of course, does stop the clock. A shot saved by Jaden Brown. A nice kick save there to keep it at 11. And the Lakers with a dominant first period performance. an 11-0 lead going into the second period. And Sammy, if you're here to be if you're a SUNY Poly Wildcat, what is your game plan to try and get yourselves back into this game?
You'd be playing more for not your ego, but you'd be playing more for your pride at this point. Maybe just start getting some points on the boards, trying to stop Oswego's rushing attack. Because right now, they haven't been doing a great job about that. The cuts have been crazy. I would start maybe playing up on them more, playing more physical. I mean, you always want your team to be physical, but you might really have to, start playing up on them, start pressing them a lot more to even maybe just knock the ball out.
Yeah, Sammy, and with the sun now shining down on Laker Turf Stadium, we see some more fans starting to arrive. The bleachers filling up a little bit here. It's been a great first period if you're an Oswego State Lakers fan. Not so much if you're a SUNY Poly Wildcats fan, but what can you do? It's a beautiful day here in Oswego, New York, and you cannot complain about this weather.
100%. It was kind of nice. As soon as the game started, a dark cloud came over, but it looks like it really just went right towards the lake. But I want to talk about the Wildcats' offense. We really haven't seen much of it, but what we have seen, they have to control. It looks like they've controlled the ball more. That's the name of the game, I think, is controlling the ball. We see a lot of, not interceptions, but a lot of loose balls coming out of sticks from both sides, actually. The Lakers have just been way better on capitalizing on those gains and scoring points off of them.
Yeah, Sammy, and one name I had down on my sheet is Brinley Ronan for the Wildcats. 9 goals and 4 assists on the season, has been virtually invisible today, and it's not her fault. It's because the Wildcats have not been able to get a true solid offensive possession where they held the ball for more than 30 seconds.
Absolutely. Again, she's a freshman as well, so you don't really. Your freshman she's brand new to this team. She can't carry the team on its back, and if you're kind of relying on her to score your points, you're not doing a great job at it.
It's all about doing your part, and Brinley Ronan has been unable to do so here in that first quarter, like you saw here. Lakers ahead 11-0 as the Wildcats and Lakers retake the field here, hoping for a close and exciting second period of play. As on the draw, this time it's going to be Gabriella Geddes for the Lakers and Abigail Rasachi for the Wildcats.
It looks like the Wildcats tend to be more, are healthy again. That was the sub from earlier. I think she is back out there, which is always good. It's always good when players can come back from an injury and play.
Yeah, of course. That was Jordan Macbeth went down earlier. Looks like she is back up on her feet and ready for some more women's lacrosse action here at Laker Turf Stadium. But the Lakers are again going to come away with this draw. And now you'll see the Lakers attacking on the left side of your screen, the Wildcats on the right side as they get this one down low.
Back to the passing attack. The Wildcats don't seem to know what to do about it.
And the Lakers swing it over to Kroos on the far side. We see some new faces out on the field. We've got Ava Tulamiero and Jalen Aldrich back there behind the net. Lakers swing this up. Find Green. Green over to Geddes. Finds Costello. And virtually a completely new Lakers offense. Of course, we saw Geddes a little bit in the first period and Cassidy Kroos on for most of the first period. But a bunch of new players out here on the field. Like we mentioned earlier, Sammy, a chance for everyone to get involved today. And there's a shot and a goal for the Lakers. That one's Ashley Casserly, her second of the day. And what a great goal it was, cutting across the middle. Marked very closely, but able to come out with the pass and puts it into the top right corner.
100%. Those cuts have been lethal today. The Wildcats don't know what to do with don't know how to stop them. It looks like we're getting a sub in on the defensive side.
Yeah, and there's Jordan Macbeth. Went down with an injury earlier on in this game, but is coming back in. Little injury, just rub some dirt on it, get back in there. She's done a great job so far today. Of course, the score might not reflect that, but Macbeth has been one of the really solid players here for the Wildcats. Has done a really good job slowing down that Lakers offense, which, as we know, is so fast-paced and so aggressive.
Absolutely, I agree. She's been doing a great job, but unfortunately, lacrosse is a team sport, not just a me sport. It's a very fast-paced team sport for that, and you can't be everywhere all at once.
I like that analogy, Sammy. A team sport, not just a me sport. As here comes the next draw, the Lakers and the Wildcats waiting at center field for the whistle. And up it goes. Lakers looking to get this one again, and that'll be another draw win for the Lakers. This time it's going to be Aubriana Green coming up the left side with it.
the Wildcats really have to start winning some draws here if they want to get, even some points on the board, because right now they're playing for pride. They're playing for, just to show that we can get some points on the board and we're not going to get blown up by this Lakers team.
And the Lakers all the way down in the back corner. We've got some signals from the officials, and the Lakers are going to try this one again. Looks like maybe there was an illegal push out of bounds there, so Lakers are going to possess this one. It'll be a shooting space call. The Lakers behind the goal, so not a direct shot opportunity available for them.
Honestly, the Lakers don't even need it at this point. They're up 12. They're up 12-0. It might be better if they could just start staying behind the goal.
And Costello swings it over to the left side, finds Aldrich in the corner. Over to Tilmiero. Finds Green. Green swings it across the middle. Up to Geddes. Finds Kroos on the right side. Kroos carries all the way to X, looking for a cutter across the middle. Won't find one, but swings it over to Casserly on the right side. And Lakers still just possessing this one. A chance for a dodge here. She will dodge, and she will shoot and score as that's Addison Costello makes it 13-0 Oswego. And just a dominant performance. I keep saying it, Sammy, dominant. That is the word to use here today. Dominant, dominant, dominant. The Lakers have not given the Wildcats any second to breathe. They've given them no room to work with, no space, no nothing.
I will say this about the Lakers, too. Dominant is the right word, but capitalization is also the right word. They've been capitalizing on every single mistake SUNY Polytech has made, and that is why they're up so many goals. It is astonishing to see watch the Lakers play how they're playing, because it is great.
Yeah, just a really strong performance from this Lakers team. As we see another face-off, or another draw lining up here, I've got my mind on men's lacrosse. Was watching their game the other day. As for the Lakers, it's going to be Gabriella Geddes and Madden LaFleur on this one. Official places the ball as we await, and the Lakers bench still up on their feet. I'm sure very excited with this outcome here so far. With 10:30 left on the game clock here in the second quarter, the Lakers are ahead 13-0 and will win yet another draw as Addison Costello comes away with this one. Costello down to Kroos. Kroos is going to touch this one in, and the Lakers will get things going one more time. Lakers up top. Pass goes a little high, but not too much. And swings it over to Geddes. Geddes goes down to the corner. Aldrich behind the net. Aldrich back up to Geddes.
I think they're just going to start passing, start running this clock down. I think we will see some of the bench starters soon. I think that's why all those ladies are still on their feet, is because at any point they can be called into play.
Yeah, Sammy, certainly a lot of players on that sideline who are eager and ready to play some lacrosse. That is why they are here today. So I'm sure Coach trying to get as many players in as possible. Britt Howard, as another cut across the middle from Kroos. This one batted down, and the Wildcats come out with this ground ball. Will they get it out of their defensive zone? First pass, good off a couple bounces here. But the Lakers just pressuring so high up and not giving any space here. It's going to be hard for the Wildcats to clear this ball. But that pass is going to make its way up the field a little bit, all the way to Paige Renwick. And the Wildcats still with this, trying to go up the right side. That pass does not go where it looks like it was intended. But Callie Johnson up the right side now. And a chance here for the Wildcats to get just something going here. Johnson guts past one. Second defender on her, looks to the middle, pass a little behind the cutter, as that's Brinley Ronan, name we mentioned in the intermission break, unable to come away with that pass, just a little too far behind her.
Again, she is a freshman, so it's not fully her fault. She can't put the team on her back.
And here's a chance for the Lakers, saved by Jaden Brown, really well done by Brown, the kick save, and the shot just a little too close for comfort from Jalen Aldrich, unable to close out that opportunity and score herself a goal. And the Wildcats, again, trying to take this the other way. We've seen a little more possession here for the Wildcats in the second quarter, whether that be in the midfield or the defensive end, but still not a whole lot in the offensive end for them.
Even more possessions is still good for this team, especially after they're being down 13. They just need small wins. And possessions is small wins in this moment.
Absolutely, Sammy, as Ashley Casserly brings this one down, sends it to Aldrich behind the net. Aldrich just holding on to it for now, back up to Casserly. Casserly sends this one up top. Across the middle, finds Hill. Hill sends it over to Casserly once again. Casserly unable to catch it, but bobbles it and picks it right back up. A cutter here. Chance for a goal for the Lakers. Loses it in front of net. Brown's going to pick that one up, but it looks like we've got another shooting space call here. So a chance for the Lakers, as in front of net with the ball is Ava Tulimiero, looking for her goal, her first goal of the day, the junior attacker. Tulimiero lining up. Looks like she's ready to rip a shot at that net.
The Wildcats have also had most, if not all, the penalties and fouls this game. That is another mistake that they can't be making, especially down this much. They have to be playing smarter and more physical than they have been, without getting in trouble.
Yes, I mean, a huge save there from Jaden Brown. Just really well done by her to cover that ball up and not let anything happen. But the Lakers come out with the loose ball. Those 50-50 balls, we've seen the Wildcats struggle with a lot as well. Unable to get the ball off the ground to the same level that the Lakers have been able to. But here's Tulimiero with it once again. Looks for the cutter across the middle. Shot saved by Brown and picked up in front of net. So Brown looking to clear this one now. Brown still in the crease, defended very closely by Sophie Russian, whose name we've heard so many times today. And Alexis Hill puts her stick in front of this one, gets in the way. We've got one official signaling each way. Unsure what the call is, but it's going to be an Oswego State ball here. As here comes Sadie Zemenik down the field. Sends it over to Casserly. Casserly up top, swings it across to Kroos. Kroos down to Hill. Hill finds Tulimiero. Over to Aldrich, still behind the net here. Casserly with it now. Casserly swings it up top. Here's Zemenik with this one. Over to Kroos. Kroos swings it right down low, skips a couple of passes there. Aldrich again with it, 60 seconds on this shot clock. Lakers looking to run out this clock as much as possible and kind of speed this game up just a little bit.
100%. I was saying that earlier. They're just going to look into, stop scoring and just start stalling for time. They don't really need to score anymore. They're up 13. This is a little insurmountable at this point, unless Polytech can get some scores in the next couple seconds.
Yes, Sammy, and Jaden Brown has been great here in the second quarter. A lot more saves to her name. I feel like she's settled in a lot better here. Just needed that first quarter to kind of get all the nerves out, but she's done a phenomenal job of slowing down this Lakers offense, who've been pestering her with shots all afternoon.
I agree. We haven't really seen many shots on the other side of the goal, so it is kind of hard for her to be always active, always trying to stop stuff when the attack's coming from all sides.
Yeah, and Yakovisi yet to face a shot for the Oswego State Lakers, so a quiet day in the net for her. But, of course, still plenty of game left here as we're not even to halftime yet. The Lakers leading 13-0 as Casserly now has the ball on the right side. Sends it up top to Kroos. Kroos with an opportunity to dodge here. Looks for cutters. Finds one across the middle and a push to the back. Officials are going to call a foul on that one. Looks like they called a trip, so Lakers are going to take it behind the net here.
These cuts are deadly, and I think Polytech is knowing that or knows that. So they have to try to stop it, but unfortunately pushing is not the right way to do it.
And here's Zemenik with a shot and a goal. Makes it 14-0. My apologies. That did not get taken behind the net. Right in front, a shooting space call. Not what I thought that one was, but Zemenik makes it 14-0 Oswego with 4:10 left here in the first half. Now the Lakers have just been so dominant here as we still have that running clock. I don't expect it to go anywhere anytime soon for us. Lakers heading back to midfield. SUNY Poly taking their time discussing what is going wrong for them defensively. What can they fix with their goalie, Jaden Brown, leading that conversation. But like you said, Sammy, Mount Vesuvius here to climb if SUNY Poly wants to get back into this game. And that's not to say that it's impossible, because it certainly is possible. This is the only Oswego State sports game going on today, Sammy. But let's take a look back at this past weekend, because we had quite a bit going on. So last Friday, the Oswego State baseball team took on Cortland, came out with a loss on Friday night, 8-2. So just a rough one there. But then the very next day, they had a doubleheader with the Cortland Red Dragons, won the first game 8-4, and the second game 7-6, up 3-6, bottom of the ninth, Sammy. And Cortland hits a 3-run home run, ties up the game, and then 10th inning, Lakers score a run with the bases loaded. Pitcher walks a batter, the Cortland Red Dragons basically give up a win here, let the Lakers score, and then are unable to score their own run in the bottom of the 10th. So just not something you want to see if you're a Cortland Red Dragons fan. And then also this past Saturday, we saw the Oswego State Lakers men's lacrosse team taking on Farmingdale State, the Rams. They came up just short with a 14-10 loss. So a decent weekend for an Oswego State Laker fan. Of course, you'd like to see that lacrosse team come out with a win, but all smiles for the baseball team going 2 for 3 against Cortland, the defending SUNY champions.
Absolutely. I mean, you always want to beat the champ. You always want to be number one, especially Cortland when they're kind of like a rival to the Lakers. It must have felt great for them. It's going to be great for Lakers fans today too. And it looks like 14-0, and doesn't look like it's going to go in, or it's going to start going down. The lead's going to start going down anytime soon.
Yeah, it's a great day to be a Laker, as they often say. But Ashley Casserly swings this one up to Kroos. Kroos sends it over to Zemanek. Zemanek down low. With the ball now is Hill. Hill fakes a shot, looks for passes across the middle, finds Kroos, a shot right into the stick of Jaden Brown, and that's another save for Brown, but unable to find the passes. Here's a chance for Aldrich. Aldrich, a shot and a goal for Jalen Aldrich, makes it 15-0 Oswego with just over 2 minutes left here in the second period.
Yeah, that was one of the fastest goals we've seen today. The defense didn't even have a chance to try and even stop it. They were all running back. They thought they had the ball. They were all running towards the other side. It was just, again, you said 1-on-none. It was another 1-on-none, and unfortunately, Brown is 0 for 2 so far on that.
Yeah, and that's really just sloppy play defensively. Of course, clearing the ball is never easy, especially against a team that rides so high and pressures so heavily. But the Lakers, not the Lakers. SUNY Poly has to do a better job here, the Wildcats, of trying to get that ball into a clear, setting something up where they can get a player open to at least carry the ball up the field a little bit of the ways.
Absolutely. I mean, right now we're seeing is physical contact from the Lakers. And again, that's a great thing for the Lakers. But when they're down 15, or when they're up 15, I apologize, you can kind of start maybe lessening up a bit. But it doesn't seem like they're doing that, and that's a sign a sign of the coaching here.
Yeah,
they play tough.
Sammy, absolutely. And the Lakers still with this one, winning the draw yet again. Here's Aldrich behind the net. Aldrich swings it across, a chance for the Lakers. Here's Alexis Hill with it. Flips a little pass over to Aldrich. Cutter across the middle, a chance, a shot, and a goal for the Lakers. Makes it 16-0. That's Sophie Russian. Lakers spreading the love here today. Just a dominant performance.
Absolutely. I mean, you heard Russian a lot today, and I think we're going to keep hearing it. That she has been absolutely insane this today. It's really been a great showing for her. And she's going to have something to feel good about when she goes home tonight.
Absolutely. Sammy Russian has been just so dominant for the Oswego State Lakers. And the Lakers have 11 different goal scorers here on 16 goals as we near the end of the first half. 15 seconds remaining now. But the Lakers with a dominant lead here, 16-0, just giving SUNY Poly no hope really going into the second half.
I would say nail in the coffin, but that was about five goals ago. Really is just kind of like a just playing for pride. I don't really think in two period or quarters Polytech can come back from this, but they can make it a little less ugly. I will say that.
Absolutely, Sammy. Just such a strong performance here from the Lakers in this first half. And I really don't have any critiques for the Oswego State Lakers. I think they've played a perfect game here in this first half, given their opponents, given their abilities. And for the Wildcats, of course, they've really struggled defensively. But give me some critiques, some things that you think the Wildcats could do better here in this second half.
I will preach this until the day I die. Physicality. The Wildcats have not been playing physical. They've been playing down, been playing zone, and they've been getting beat. The girls are faster. Polytech needs to start not pushing, but like pushing back on them, like how the Lakers have been doing. I really think that is one of the biggest things for them is to start playing more physical. And it looks like one or two girls are, but when it's again, I'll say this again. My catchphrase I came up with. It's not a team, or it's a team sport, not a me sport.
Exactly, Sammy. Just a great first period or first half for the Lakers. Not so great for the Wildcats, but we've got 30 more minutes of lacrosse action coming your way. Stay tuned here on WTOP 10. We'll be back after this short break. And welcome back into Laker Turf Stadium. In case you're just joining us, my name is Mike Neckers, coincided by the lovely Sammy Sozio, and we're here for the second half of women's lacrosse between your Oswego State Lakers and the SUNY Poly Wildcats here on WTOP 10 TV. Sammy, what a dominant first half there from the Lakers.
100%. I mean, 16-0 is really, that's the only word for it is absolute dominance. Again, Lakers been more physical, more faster, more agile, and just all-around better players. SUNY Polytech really has a long way to go to salvage this game.
Yeah, they've got their work cut out for them here in the second half, down 16-0 as the first draw is underway, and Sophie Russian wins it with no trouble whatsoever and comes up the left side of the field. Russian swings it down to the left side. Lakers back up top and send this one across over to the other side for Aubriana Green. Green sends it down low, finds Ayla Snyder, a new face we did not see at all in the first half for the Lakers. And they swing it over to the left side for Sophie Russian once again. Lakers looking to chew out all of this shot clock possible here as this pass comes across the middle, caught off the bounce by Aldrich. A shot and a goal, a bounce shot right past the stick of Jaden Brown makes it 17-0.
Really is utter dominance. The Polytech, I think, is more or less worried about keeping their girls safe and not hurt because, again, they only have 15 players. But it looks like they're not playing physical at all. These girls look like they've given up almost, and that's never a good sign for a team.
Yeah, and the Lakers with their 17th goal. John Cena still looking for his 17th WWE title as Monday Night Raw is on as we speak, live from Glasgow, Scotland. So unable to watch that right now, but Sammy and I are going to head home after the broadcast and catch up on that. Lakers up 17-0 with 13:30 left here in the third period, as I said. And what a game it's been for the Lakers as this draw is about to go, Sammy.
100%. I know we talked about it earlier. We've been talking about the entire game, but Polytech has been terrible. That's the only word at getting draws. Like that is the first number one thing you need to do to get your offense going is to get the ball, and the Wildcats just haven't been doing that. They've just been letting Oswego run all over them.
Sammy, and unfortunately for us, Live Stats does not have the draw wins and losses recorded on here. But if we take a look, SUNY Poly with 13 turnovers versus Oswego's 1. Oswego outshooting them 26-0 with 23-0 for shots on net. And of course, 17 goals and 8 assists for the Lakers. 10 ground balls to 2 as well. Just dominating in every facet of the game. The only facet of the game where the SUNY Poly Wildcats have the lead is in saves, and that is because Alana Yakovisi is yet to face a shot here in this game.
100%. I can actually tell you how many draws that Polytech has won, and it's 0. Oswego has gotten the ball every single time. They've been putting in different girls too, and the Wildcats just can't figure out how to get it started, I guess.
Yeah, Sammy, as we mentioned, the Lakers have been known to spread the love this year, letting everyone get chances offensively for possessions. So just a great season for them so far. Of course, 3-2, the record may not reflect that their season's been oh so great. But in all the games they've had, especially at home, they've played very good games. Of course, one home loss to Nazareth by 1 goal. 11-10, a tough loss for them as well. Had the lead going into the fourth quarter. But they've had a very good season, and this home field advantage has definitely been extremely helpful to them. As we've got a stoppage here, and it looks like we're going to have a card out here on Aubriana Green. She's going to see a green card, Green with the green card, so she is going to head to the bench and serve her time in the penalty box on this one, Sammy.
I like that, Green with a green card. That is actually the first card that's come out this game, isn't it? Which has been good, which means, players aren't doing anything too bad. But, again, Polytech has nobody, so if that had hurt somebody, it wouldn't have been good for this team.
Yeah, that's a big if. Of course, now Polytech with a chance here, a player up for the next minute. So this will be one of their best opportunities to get a shot on net and maybe score a goal here, cut the lead down to 16.
Absolutely. I mean...
And that's another push in the back here. And possibly, looks like another green card's going to come out, this time called on, I believe, not Ayla Snyder, Riley Rosenzweig. No, I've misspoken again. It's Charlotte Horrigan who gets the green card on that one. So the Lakers now 2 players down here and they're going to have their work cut out for them defensively here with 2 less players on the field than the Wildcats.
Absolutely. If there was a time to score, it is in this moment as we talk. Right now, they're down 2 girls, and it still looks like they're playing physical, which is good and bad for Polytech.
Yeah, Caitlin Truau swings that one to Vassallo. Poly still with the ball down to the far side of your screen. Send it back up to the middle for Fisher. Fisher goes across the middle, no one open in the middle, and the Lakers are going to take this the other way and possibly kill this entire 2-person penalty here if they can move the ball around and get the clear gone. Russian sends it up the field, finds Tulamiero. Tulamiero still with it. 10 seconds on the first penalty, 22 on the second. And it looks like the Lakers will hold this one and kill off both of those penalties, getting themselves back to even here. But we've got a whistle, a stoppage on the field. Not sure exactly what that is for, but it's going to go back to the Wildcats. I believe Alexis Hill stepped back onto the field too early from the penalty box. Still 2 seconds on her penalty, so that's going to do it. Wildcats with the possession here, but now these teams return to even strength as the Wildcats look to put together some sort of attack here.
Yeah, absolutely. Even strength isn't the word I would use, but they are back to fully. They can play man on man, I guess. Again, the Lakers have just been having such an utterly dominance is the only. Again, I don't blame you for saying dominance. That's the only word I can think of.
Well, Sammy, again, I think we've spoken too soon because we see Sophie Russian take a trip to the penalty box here. Looks like the Lakers will be a player down again for another minute here. The Lakers with 3 green cards in a matter of about 3 minutes. I mean, of course, with a 17-0 lead, you can afford to give up these cards, but not what you want to see from a team that's been playing so composed and so cleanly this entire first half.
Absolutely. This is the first. The first half was a very, very clean half. There was only a couple shooting penalties, but it was always on the other team. Maybe the refs are seeing some more stuff they didn't see in the first half, or maybe it's maybe Lakers are playing too confident.
Yeah. And Michelle Fagan tries to chase that one down, unable to get to it in time, so it's going to be a Lakers ball. As they bring it the other way, down the field comes Addison Costello, touches this one in, cuts over to the left side, and is just going to carry, heads over towards the goal, loses the ball, picks it back up through 2 defenders, gets the ground ball. Little stat padding action there for you. Alexis Hill takes it back up top. Hill past 1 defender, goes past another. Hill still with it, double teamed now. And the Lakers returning to even strength once again as into the game comes Mackenzie Wynn. Lakers sending it down to the back. Tulamiero with it now.
Yeah, I think we are going to see a lot more bench players get some playing time here. Maybe score some points, get some points on the old website here.
Yeah, and Riley Rosenzweig with a cut there. Looked like a good cut. Looked like she was very open, but unable to catch the ball, and it flies right past her stick. So Wildcats look to take this one the other way, pick up the ground ball, are fouled, and will have a free possession start here. Of course, Lakers on either side of the player starting this possession, and no communication there. Wildcats are going to lose it as that's Alyssa Hawkins. Didn't know there was a player behind her, and a huge hit out there on the field. Just taking out Caitlin Garvin. Of course, Garvin okay, but that's going to be a yellow card called here on the Wildcats. Alyssa Hawkins, the yellow card on her, maybe a little upset to lose the ball in that check, retaliates, and that's not what you want to see, especially when you're down by such a big deficit. You do not want to be a player down for the next 2 minutes here.
Absolutely. I mean, that is again, I can't say nail in the coffin, but that is a huge deficit to this artist team that's already down so much. She is also a great player. She's also a playmaker. She's aggressive, as you can see with that little bit of a shove. But she plays her heart out, and she's a spark on this team. And it's not good when your spark is the one sitting on the bench.
Yeah, and Hawkins has been really solid. Listed in her position is attack, midfield, and defense. She does them all, Sammy, everything but goalie. So she really has been the heart and soul of this team in the midfield. Of course, not a lot to show for today. 0 goals so far on the afternoon. But she's just been so phenomenal out there for the SUNY Poly Wildcats as the Lakers are going to touch this one in on the right side. Alexis Hill with it, still in the game. Down to Tulamiero. Cutters across the middle, calling for it. Tulamiro takes it herself, finds the pass across the middle, a shot and a goal for the Lakers. This one's Milena Vassallo, makes it 18-0 with 7:40 left in the third period. Clock still running.
Make that 12 people who have scored a goal this game. It's been great. I mean, it's not just one person who's been dominating the field. You know, Polytech can't stop everybody, and the Lakers are exploiting that right now with everyone getting fed. Everyone's eating today.
Everybody eats, like they always say.
Everybody eats.
And the Lakers and Wildcats heading back to midfield now for yet another draw. Wildcats looking a little down in the dumps. How could you not be with such a big deficit out here on the field? But, of course, still a lot of game left to be played, so they'll have to keep their heads up and keep moving forward, focus on maybe bagging a couple goals and walking out of here with something to keep their heads up about,
Absolutely.
something to be positive about.
I know. That's the name of the game, is to come out and play for your pride. Make sure, they don't blow you out. Make it not 22-0. Make it maybe 20-4 if we're lucky, if they're lucky and can start playing well. But with that makes 6 players have more than 1 goal in this game.
Yeah, Sammy, the Lakers with 6 multiple goal scorers and 6 goal scorers who have scored 1 as well. 18 goals on the afternoon so far, and looking to make it 19 as they win yet another draw and take it all the way down the field. That's Alexis Hill looking to get her hat trick here. Lakers still with it. Up top now as they swing it down the left side with its Rosenzweig.
It looks like the Polytech's playing up a little bit more, playing a little more physical, which is good, and it works out. I think they kind of figured that out a little bit. Maybe they can hear me.
Maybe they can. Maybe they're tuned into WTOP 10 TV here, Sammy, as a foul is going to keep possession in favor of the Wildcats here. Wildcats looking to clear this one out. Of course, the Lakers pressuring heavily, but that Wildcat press that we just saw is not something that we've seen at all today. So finally making a switch, and at least so far it's worked. Of course, now triple teamed up against the sideline, trying to get this one out. Wildcats still with it, still with the ball, lose it there finally. No loose ball push called here. Somehow, some way, 2 players on the ground, and just not what you want to see here, Sammy. And finally, a stoppage of play as there is still a SUNY Poly Wildcat down on the field.
It looked like a little bit of a tumble that both ladies fell. It looks like she fell onto her, which is never fun. But going back to the Polytech defense, that was the first time in a while that we've seen some spark from that. That was like and they got a turnover from it. That's the second or third turnover for the Lakers this game. Finally starting to get small wins, like I said. But at this point, it may be too little too late.
Yeah, some really good physicality there from the Wildcats. Of course, leads to an injury. But let's look to the future for the Oswego State Lakers as well as the SUNY Poly Wildcats. So for the Lakers, they will finally start some conference play this coming week. This coming Wednesday, they will be hosting the Fredonia Blue Devils. You can tune into that right here on WTOP 10. Should be a great game. And then this coming Saturday, March 29th, they will face off down in Morrisville against the Mustangs, their second SUNYAC conference game of the season. Now, Sammy, if we take a look over to SUNY Poly, they've got a couple of matchups coming up also in conference. Tell me more.
Well, they got Manhattanville University, sorry, my bad. They're playing the Lakers this week. Next week, looks like they have Keuka College, which is an Empire 8 school. Empire 8 is a very tough division. I grew up from schools who are close to it, or who are in it, sorry. So I've been to a lot of those games, and those are tough games right now. Week after that, they're facing NAS, another amazing school for lacrosse. Again, dominance is a word I would use for them.
Yes, Sammy, and as I mentioned earlier, the Lakers played Nazareth earlier in the season. It was an 11-10 loss for the Lakers, but it was such a good back-and-forth game. We had highs and lows for both teams getting themselves on the scoreboard, and Nazareth just inched their way out of that one. But for SUNY Poly, not only do they have 2 Empire 8 games, they have 9 straight Empire 8 games to close out their season. They are playing only conference play for the rest of the year. And if you look at the Lakers, it's the exact same thing, but they've only got 8 left. So 2 teams finishing their pre-conference play seasons here and moving into conference play this week or the beginning of next week. So this is really where the season is going to start to matter a little more. Not that these games don't matter. Of course they do, seeding, things like that.
Yep.
But for the Lakers and for SUNY Poly, winning these conference games is going to be crucial for seeding points going into playoffs, seeding points going into championship games, as well as possibly getting a home field advantage, and WTOP 10 and Oswego State University being able to host some games, or the same for SUNY Poly, hosting some games on their home turf.
Absolutely. I think for both teams, this game was actually kind of crucial to get the momentum rolling as they go into their conference play. The Lakers are definitely going to have a lot of momentum and fire under them as they are winning by almost 20 at this point. But SUNY Poly Polytech really has their work cut out for them, especially being in the Empire 8 and it being that hard of a division or of a conference. I apologize.
Yeah, Sammy, and the Wildcats again unable to clear the ball here, but Caitlin Truow pressuring very high on Alexis Hill, slowed her down quite a bit and forced a pass, but the Lakers again touching this one in and possessing it once again. 80 seconds on the shot clock, 4:05 left in the third period.
They're playing a lot of man, which is good, but maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon. Nope, never mind. They're pressing hard, and they're getting turnovers as we just saw. So it's great to see Polytech finally, showing up on defense a little bit.
Yeah, and Jaden Brown with another save immediately dishes this one, and SUNY Poly across the midfield line now, a chance for possibly a goal here. But just unable to handle that pass is Kirsten Lighthall, so it's going to come back the other way, and the Lakers again with it. Here's Ayla Snyder, unable to catch it, picks it up on the ground ball, and Snyder's going to take this one the other way. Snyder in her left hand swings it up, caught just barely. It looks like something fell off of the cleat. Maybe the butt of Mackenzie Wynn's stick just fell off of her stick. Picked up by her teammate Alexis Hill, but the Lakers continue playing here. Lakers still with it over to the far side for Rosenzweig.
It looks like Lakers are the Wildcats are playing more zone again. Maybe they're worried about getting too physical and those girls getting hurt.
And Sammy, this is the best we've seen them play defensively all day. The Wildcats doing a really good job, not just playing defense, but also they've done a lot better here battling for those ground balls, winning those 50-50s on the ground, and giving themselves opportunities to clear and get the ball upfield. It's just they're still struggling to actually clear the ball and put together an offensive possession. Again,
I said it a little bit earlier, but Polytech is making some critical mistakes, but some small mistakes, but the Lakers are capitalizing on those, and they aren't giving them a chance to even get get the ball rolling. If you want to talk. But really, it's been I want to find another word for dominance. I really do, but that's the only word that comes to mind when I think about this game. Is just in every sense of the word, the Lakers have been better than Polytech.
Yeah, and maybe not right there. A wayward pass from the Lakers goes right past the stick of Riley Rosenzweig, and the Wildcats are going to take this one the other way. But down in their own corner, it's going to be a difficult clear from here. Triple teamed. And Sammy, one thing I've kind of been noticed, especially today, is when teams are taking the ball in from out of bounds or clearing it, they're given almost no space to work with.
Absolutely.
I mean, they are pressured right up against the wall. And what a catch there on the sideline by Caitlin Elliott, keeping that ball in play. Toe tapped, kept her feet in, and cleared it up the field. Wildcats still carrying this one up. A foul called on the Lakers once again. Looks like we've got another green card coming out. Let's see who this one will be called on. Well, it looks like serving the penalty will be Milena Vassilo, but I don't believe she was the one who committed it, so we will have to wait and see here.
I agree with that. I don't think she was even on that side of the field when the penalty happened. But
yeah, Sammy, it'll be called on Sadie Zemanek, and the Lakers will immediately take possession back after stealing the ball off the Wildcats. But a foul called once again, and the Wildcats will get one more shot at it.
The Wildcats are having trouble, I don't want to say cradling the ball, but they're having trouble keeping it in their stick. And Lakers are just so good about just picking up those ground balls and just running with them. And
Alyssa Hawkins does a good job there to get past the first defender, but teammates aren't stepping to and becoming an option for her. It's making it almost impossible to clear this ball for the Wildcats with this high press that the Lakers are putting out.
I think the Wildcats are trying to they're turning their stick too much, and that's what's launching the ball out.
Well, a chance here now for the Wildcats. Truow down to the sideline, a shot saved there. Not Yakovisi in goal anymore. That's Mackenzie Perry, the sophomore, with the save. The first shot the Lakers have faced all day long. This ball's going to trickle on out of bounds and go back to the Wildcats. So some offensive production here now for the Wildcats, Sammy. The first time we've seen it all game long, a shot, 20 seconds left in the third period, and you got to wonder if they maybe just hold on to this ball and look for a possession in the fourth.
I'm inclined to agree with you. It's better than shooting and missing and having to take another draw, because we know how they've been doing about that today.
Well, they might not need it here. If they're driving to the goal, a chance for a shot, that one goes wide. Picked up by the Lakers. That's Mackenzie Perry who picks it up to close out the quarter. So, Sammy, it will be another draw to start out the fourth quarter. But some promise there from the Wildcats early on and all the way to the end of that third period of play. So just almost not, I don't want to say a complete turnaround, but they looked a lot better, a lot more confident, a lot stronger on the field there.
100%. It really has been more of a pride. I'm going to say a pride battle. It's going to be a pride battle now, just scoring a point. But before I get into that, we have someone's very special birthday today. It's my co-host Mike Necker's birthday. Happy birthday, Mike!
Thank you.
How you
Sammy.
feel being old?
Well, 20 years old.
Oh,
I don't know if I would quite say old. 20 years young, maybe, but
20 years young.
It's been a great year. 2024 and 2025 so far have been just phenomenal. I'm so blessed to be alive, and I just love being here in Oswego, being a part of WTOP 10, as well as being your friend, Sammy Sozio. It's been a great time here, and there's nothing I'd rather be doing on my 20th birthday than calling women's lacrosse here on WTOP 10.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Mike. We've known each other a long time.
Yes, we have. A few years now.
A few years. It's crazy to think how fast time goes by. But I'm very glad that you're here with me, Mike. I wouldn't want to call this women's blowout lacrosse game with anybody else.
Yeah, Sammy. And let's take a switch over to some of our stellar athletes here in Oswego, New York. I want to take a look at Oswego State's very own Tyler Rossini, named a Scholar All-American. He was the sole wrestler from the Oswego State wrestling team to qualify for NCAA championships, headed down to Providence, Rhode Island, finished the season with a 29-10 overall record, and at the SUNY championships, he finished with a perfect 5-0 record, undefeated at the 157-pound weight class, won the conference for his weight class, and went on to be named All-Region 3 as well with his qualification for the NCAA championship. So just a really good season from Rossini. Of course, the wrestling team lost the likes of their strongest wrestler, Charlie Grigas, last year, an All-American and national champion during his junior year here at Oswego. But Tyler Rossini really stepped up this year to the plate and had a phenomenal season for the Oswego State wrestling team.
Absolutely. I mean, when any of your peers or student athletes become All-Americans, no matter where it is, or who it is, it's awesome. It's great. It shows school pride. And wrestling is a very, very tough sport. I mean, it is one of the toughest. Combat sports are like. I wouldn't want to do any combat sports. I'm more of a football, lacrosse, basketball guy. You know, give me a ball, not any. I don't want hand-to-hand combat.
Absolutely, Sammy. And Rossini not the only player or team here in Oswego who faced some recognition. Of course, our hockey teams here in Oswego both had phenomenal seasons. The Oswego State women's hockey team went 22-3-2 on the season and came up just short in the SUNY championship, falling 2-0 to the Plattsburgh State Cardinals, losing their bid for the NCAA tournament. And for the men's side, the Lakers absolutely dominated in their SUNY championship. Also against the Plattsburgh State Cardinals, I believe it was a 5-2 win. Just a really, really strong performance. All 5 goals for the Lakers coming in that first period, and from then they just held on. And this past weekend, they traveled down to Trine University in Indiana, and they fought their hearts out, but they came up short, losing 4-1 to the Trine Thunder. A really cool name, by the way. Yeah. Trine Thunder, that is so cool. Trine would go on the following weekend to lose to the Hobart Statesmen by a score of 4-3 in overtime. 4-3. So a great game, but for men's Division III hockey, it'll be Utica College versus Curry College in one semifinal, and SUNY Geneseo versus Hobart in the other semifinal. And the winners of those two games will face off in the SUNYAC, or no, not the SUNYAC, my goodness, the NCAA Division III Hockey Championships. As here's a shot and a goal for the Lakers. Maybe the Lakers, if they can play like this all season, will also earn themselves a SUNYAC championship, as that is their 19th goal of the afternoon. Sweet Caroline begins playing here at the Laker Turf Stadium.
100%. I do want to touch on the hockey team. This is the youngest hockey team men's hockey team we've had in years. They're only losing, I think, one player in Daniel Kawabufa.
Came in this season with 19 new players, 17 of them being first-year students. So coming from almost nothing, players that have no chemistry with each other, players that for the most part haven't really played together, and being able to build themselves up to such a high-caliber team, win their conference, and go on to play in the NCAA tournament is a super impressive feat for them. And hats off to them for a phenomenal season. The women's team as well just had a phenomenal season. And they will take a much bigger hit in this offseason, losing a lot of seniors. But I think they'll be just fine to bounce back as the men's team did this year.
100%. It's a great time to be a Laker. I'll say that. Let's see if Polytech can win this draw. Do they? Nope.
Lakers come out with it one more time. It's Sadie Zemanek who catches this one. And Zemanek dishes it off to the side. Carrying up the right side now is Mackenzie Wynn. Mackenzie Wynn up top finds Russian. Lakers still with it. A mix of players who we see on the field quite often, and some names you might not hear quite as much. Ayla Snyder sends it to the back at X. A cutter across the middle, a shot saved by Brown, and that was Caitlin Garvin looking for her first goal of the season.
Polytech has been really great, Brown has been really great blocking these shots. The first quarter was kind of a settling in time, like you said, but since then it's been pretty. She's got substantially better than what she was. It's just the defense is not there for the Wildcats.
Yes, Sammy, and something very important to note is that Brown has faced 30 shots today.
Yep.
Just absurd. 11 saves on the afternoon. Hats off to her. She's had a phenomenal game in the net there. She really has been one of the shining points for this SUNY Poly team as the Lakers are coming down the field once again with possession. Geddes with it now. Sends it over to Snyder.
We're seeing less of the man press or women press defense, but it was working earlier. But I think now they're realizing that they can't win this game, and so they're trying to save the girls' legs for the conference play.
Well,
next
here's
week.
a chance, a shot, and that one is no good. Goes past the net, and Brown gets it right there, and they'll waste no time clearing this one. And now Poly coming up the middle with a decent amount of space to work with if they can beat that first defender. Slowed down, though, and Lakers are going to try and intercept this. They'll lose it. Callie Johnson scoops it up, coming up the right side, guarded closely by Geddes. Johnson still with it. Oh! Stutter step sends Geddes flying in the wrong direction. Little ankle breaker.
That was cool.
Looking like Trae Young out there. They swing this one up to Mackenzie Pierce. Pierce back down right where she got it from. Wildcats still with it. 50 seconds on the shot clock for them here.
I will say this about the Wildcats is they're tenacious. Even though they're down this much, they're still playing to score points. It looks like they're a little bit of a couple steps ahead of the Lakers, but never mind that lead went as soon as I started talking.
Yeah, and Johnson was looking to dodge there, but just unable to get past Geddes, who was pressing her really tightly there. Coming up the field now for the Lakers is Julia Gorecki. Gorecki still with it, goes all the way across the field, swings it over to Casserly. Casserly driving at the goal now, still with it, past one defender, looks to get past a second. Switches to the left-hand cutter across the middle, a chance for a shot. So that's Caitlin Garvin, takes it around to X, unable to get the shot off, covered closely there by Macbeth. Garvin with it, swings it over to Geddes. Still behind the net is Geddes. Geddes carries up top and gives it to Rosenzweig. Over to Russian. Russian looks to find Zemanek, unable to control the ball straight off the catch. They will roll it back in so the defenseman cannot come and take it away from her. And Zemanek carrying up the left side now, sends it all the way back to Garvin. Garvin looking across. Here's a chance for the Lakers, driving double-teamed in front of the goal. That's Ava Tulamiero, unable to hold on to it, but it looks like we've got a shooting space call here, Sammy. Can't step in front of a player when they are threatening to shoot. So here's Tulamiero looking for a chance to get her second goal of the afternoon.
Absolutely. You've seen a lot of shooting goals on Polytech. And
Tulamiero just waiting for that whistle now. Here it is, a chance, a shot, and saved by Brown. No issue at all. Brown really stepping up here for the Wildcats. 13 saves on the afternoon now, and that's going to be most likely a yellow card. Nope, just a green card. Of course, some good sportsmanship out here from Sophie Russian. I'm sure she didn't mean to go at her.
It looked more like of a fall than anything else, but a little bit of a push and that turned into a fall.
But above all else, happy to see that Sophie Russian and Brynlee Ronan are both okay and back on their feet, ready to play some lacrosse. And Ronan steps away from this one. It looks like taking it is going to be Callie Johnson to possess it and try and find a teammate. The Wildcats up a player for the next minute here on the field.
Yeah, Ronan and Callie Johnson are the two highest scorers on this Polytech team, so it's good to see both of them getting some love, but no or shots on goal, not shots on goal, points today.
Yeah, and we've got another very similar call to the last one. No green card on this one, but again, this Oswego team pressing heavily, using their physicality to their advantage and just kind of almost bullying this SUNY Poly team when they try to attack, not letting them through, being extremely physical.
Again, I'm gonna use the big sister analogy. This is like their big sisters fighting, and are you an older brother, Mike?
I'm a younger brother, Sammy.
Anyway, I like to think I'm stronger than my younger brother, so I can always overpower him at any point. So this is like fighting your sibling right now, just utter dominance.
And the Lakers on the right side with this one now, down to the back corner. Still with the ball, they're going to send it over to Garvin. Garvin looking to cut, unable to get there, will carry instead. Garvin stepping back, trying to find a pass, will find one, a chance. Caught, spins around, jump shot on 1 foot as that's Milena Vasilo. Makes it 20 goals in the big 2-0. That's how old I am today, Sam.
I know, 20
Lakers
points
scored 20 goals on my 20th birthday so far. Could still score a couple more, or maybe we'll see the Wildcats finally net one or two and walk out of here with their heads up.
I will say that top left corner was lethal for Brown. First quarter, and it looks like it was lethal again. She's been good about blocking it there, but again, you can't save them all. Again, she's been doing phenomenal these last 3 quarters even.
And what a goal from Vasilo.
Yes.
I mean, you saw her cut in, get the ball, double team, step back, spin, jump shot into that top corner. Just not something you see too often, and really well done by her to maintain that composure and put that in the back of the net.
A very athletic play. And that makes her second goal, which makes 7 multi-goal scorers this game.
Yeah, the Lakers have just been so strong out here on the field today as Alexis Hill's going to win this draw. 20-0, 6:20 left here in the fourth quarter. This game is nearing its end. And the Lakers holding possession, moving the ball around, and trying to run out this shot clock and get out of Laker Turf Stadium with possibly a shutout here, Sammy. 20 goals, 4-0 against, and looking to keep that 0 on the scoreboard.
100%. I mean, if you can come into conference play 20-0 against your last opponent, I'd be scared to play. I'd be scared to play them.
And a cutter. Here's Rosenzweig with the ball now, unable to get a shot off. Double team the second she gets inside of that box. A shot for the Lakers. This one saved by Brown. Wildcats look to take it the other way. Ground ball picked up, dropped, picked up again. And here comes Caitlin Truow up the left side, using a little bit of her speed to her advantage. But running right alongside her is Addison Costello. Looks like an even match. If they raced, I think it might be a tie, Sammy.
Absolutely. But I will say the Lakers' speed has been utterly unmatched this game. Lakers have just been cutting up and down the field, and Polytech can't figure out how to stop it. I mean, they were stopping a little bit when they were playing press, but that makes them tired. I mean, you can't keep up with speed forever,
Yeah, and here's the Wildcats now with an opportunity offensively, possibly their last opportunity of the game here. Cutter across the middle. That one goes a little behind the cutter, but Wildcats will pick it back up as here's Brynlee Ronan, their top goal scorer, with a chance. Dodges past 1, goes past 2 and 3. A shot and a goal for the Wildcats. Brynlee Ronan, Sammy, we told you folks at home it was going to happen. Brynlee Ronan would find the back of the net today, and that makes it 20-1.
cut that lead to 19. But honestly, that is exactly what this team needed: a goal on the Lakers, because that can start momentum. They can start scoring more goals. This reminds me of the time. What's his name?
I don't know.
It eludes me.
It's been a great game, and finally, this hard work for the Wildcats has paid off. What a goal there from the Wildcats, as finally Brinley Ronan finds the score sheet against the Oswego State Lakers. And, of course, still a 20-1 deficit right now, but that's going to give you a little bit of motivation, a little bit of hope, something to be happy about walking out of Oswego this afternoon.
I was going to say, do you think Oswego's going to answer? But I think we both know the answer to that question.
Well, the Lakers sure have been dominant here, but we've seen some new life out of this Wildcats defense here in the second half. Let's see if they can keep the Lakers off the score sheet again here. Lakers coming around the backside is Tulamiero.
The Wildcats have a problem defending the middle, and that's exactly where they need to defend the most, which is kind of odd because they've been playing a lot of zone. But they just haven't been defending that cut, and no one seems to realize it.
Yeah, and they've switched now to man, it appears, Sammy. Kind of playing a little bit back, not a super aggressive man defense, but they've definitely pressured a lot more than they were in that first half, and it seems to be working for them. Of course, let up a lot less goals here in this third and fourth period.
Absolutely. It's more of a cover, keeping them in the zone, but making sure they aren't able to score a goal.
Yeah, and Riley Rosenzweig unable to handle that pass. It's going to bounce out of bounds, and the Wildcats will swing this one to Jaden Brown, who looks to clear it here. Brown sends it right up the middle, pass a little high, but the Wildcats with an opportunity here as Caitlin Truow picks up the ground ball. Truow coming up the left side, two defenders to beat, gets past the first, swings past the second, spins back, touches into the box, and goes down to X. Still with the ball, she finally loses it, and a really good check there by Courtney Key to get the ball out of her stick. Courtney Key bats it out of bounds, trying to scoop up that ground ball, so it'll stay with the Wildcats.
Maybe we can just see another point here. That'd be great. Let's see, try and get it to they might try to get to the playmakers here, to try and get some more points on goal to have some momentum walking off this field and going into conference play next week.
Yeah, and here's Callie Johnson coming down the middle. A screen set for Callie Johnson all the way across, unable to get there, but that screen set by Brinley Ronan, very well done. Frees up a little bit of space for the Wildcats. Cutters across the middle, a shot, and another goal for the Wildcats. This time for the Wildcats, I believe that was Caitlin Truow. We'll have to wait and see what the official ruling is here. Hard to see from the press box up here, but it was Caitlin Truow as we see the official hand her stick back. So 20-2 now, and of course not going to be able to come back in this game. 1:30 left with running clock, but throwing on a couple of goals at the end is going to build that motivation, build that momentum going into their conference play, which starts next Saturday.
Yeah, something to look forward to. Maybe during practice and stuff. Hey, maybe this team outplayed us, but towards the end we started finding our feet. Maybe they can use that to going forward.
And 20-2 with 1 minute remaining as we await what looks to be the final draw of the game here. 22 goals scored so far today, Sammy. You said before the game, I expect this one to be high scoring, and I think you might have been right.
I did say that, but I was kind of hoping it would be both teams and not just one. But again, it's great to see these girls play. Glad that we are still able to play these sports.
Well, Polly with the ball again here. Just kind of being pressured back. Not sure exactly what the plan is here for Polly. Are they going to try and run out this clock, take the loss? Or are they going to try and net one more goal before the final buzzer sounds? They'll send it up the left side now. With the ball here is Michelin Fagan. Down behind the net are the Wildcats. Coming up the left side. Looks for a crease dive shot, unable to get there. Ronan with it. This one comes up top. 5 seconds on the clock. One more opportunity for a goal here. That one's going to be picked up by Mackenzie Perry, and that will do it here at Laker Turf Stadium today. The Lakers walk away with a dominant 20-2 victory, their second 20-2 victory of the season. Their first coming just a few weeks back against Russell Sage University right here in Oswego. So two 20-2 wins this season so far. And coming up next for both of these teams is going to be some conference play, which is the most important part of their season right now.
I was going to say, conference play is very important, and the Lakers have a very, very, very good momentum build right here, coming off of. I guess in 6 games it's been 20-2 victories. I mean, this team is probably one of the best we've seen in a long time. So it must be good for the girls to be able to walk out and be like, okay, we dominated. Now we're going to dominate in our conference play.
Yeah, this Oswego State team with a lot to be happy about after today's performance. Back to the drawing board for SUNY Poly, but still some positives to take away from this loss today. But folks, that'll do it. For WTOP 10 TV, I've been Mike Neckers, alongside me, Sammy Sozio. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back later on tonight for our regularly scheduled programming. Have a great night.